Well, my friends, this is about 12 months exactly to the date from the very first video I did of the house here. Now, that hole in the wall up there from the aircon is now a glass block window. Now, where he's pointing to that cabinet, I have a new cabinet. I have a countertop. Now, over here, that wall is where the bar is. That's where the oven and stove is. So let's take a look. I finally got the tiles. The thing about the tiles was those tiles were the only thing I could find that had black and brown in them. Yet we're mostly white, and in this setting, I didn't want to make it any darker. I mean, I got dark countertop, dark cabinets. I needed something that was going to be light and match. That's where I got these tiles. I also wanted a pattern. I didn't want to do another plain color because everything's plain. So you can see they must match because they match the colors that are already there. How about that? The glass block window looks exactly as I envisioned it. I am so happy with the way it's turned out. Now, the tiles took me a year to find. I had the countertops, obviously black, but I thought that the cabinets were going to be black too. They were not. They were dark brown. So until I found these tiles, I was really kind of screwed. But it really draws it all together, and I really feel great about it. Now, there's a lot of people who think that Archie, Pete, Ramona, and Bob picked out the colors. Whatever. Now, up above the bar, I'm going to put an outlet right there because I use this mainly for cooking. I'm going to put lights up above and down below where you really can't see them of the cabinets, up above and down below. And it'll be a nice little light fixture, I think, when you can see I still have to paint that wood there between the cabinet and the doors. It also makes kind of a cool night light as you have to walk through the kitchen in order to get to the bathroom. So if it's not being used, you can always turn off the main lights and these will keep the room lit to walk through, like a night light. And with the French doors in, you can go all the way out to the bar, maybe putting out hors d'oeuvres and things instead of having to walk all the way around the house. Now, at every Filipino party that I've been to, there's usually tables and chairs set up outside where people will eat, they'll drink beer, they'll just hang out for the night. So this is going to give some pretty easy access. Now, the ceiling's going to need some work. And where you see that light up there, that's going to be a fan. And then I'm going to put in canned lights, 4 of them, up on the ceiling. And it needs to be smoothed again also. Just to be clear, there's a lot of black and brown tiles, but they were dark. These are mainly bright white with black, dark brown, and light brown pinstriping type, really fine print. So the obvious question about now is what color are you going to paint the walls? You're going to paint it white? I'm going to look at this tile kind of closely. There's 3 shades of brown, okay? There's one that's kind of a light caramel color, then there's a darker brown and the black. See if we can see it. Anyway, I'm going to take that caramel kind of color and I'm going to lighten it up. And with really flat paint, it's going to look kind of like suede, I think. Kind of like a suede wallpaper. And then I might do an accent wall around the French doors, which would be more of a flat chocolate brown. Or I might leave this wall behind the refrigerator white as an accent wall and paint the others. Start with a big wall and then just see where it goes from there. Now, I'm not trained in design by any stretch of the imagination. Everything just sort of occurs to me, and that's kind of what I go with. Now, I'd thought about doing wallpaper in here at one point, but with the little fine print on the tiles, I really can't bring in another pattern. Now, up there above the refrigerator, I'm going to, where the little cowboy boot is, I'm going to have a little TV in there. It'll take about a 19 to 20 inch, and I'll have a little frame there so I can swivel the TV at the angle, whether I'm cooking or watching from the bar or washing dishes. Right on the wall here, I'm going to have a clock. I don't know if you've seen those clocks where the main clock is just mounted to the wall, and then the arms sort of go off after that. And mounted on the actual wall itself are the numbers. 1, 2, 3, around through 12. It looks like a huge clock, but it's actually mounted directly out of the wall. Now, this was the main bathroom, but it rarely got used except mostly for washing the dogs. Now, my original thought was I would have to retile the entire thing, which was more money than I wanted to spend. But I was assured that the tiles could be cleaned, and so what I did is I thought, well, it's kind of pink, so why don't I get some gray for the floors and the countertop? So with about a sink, did that kind of thing. Here's where we are so far, not 100% done. I'm having a white door made for right there underneath the sink. The walls are still somewhat disgusting. They're not completely clean yet, but I figured we'd wait till the floor was in and then come back and clean it afterwards from whatever got on it during the process of installation. So with the walls being kind of pink-ish, I thought gray would go with it, so I got the gray tile for the floor, changed out some of the other stuff for the white. The ceiling's going to be completely redone and painted, but that's what we got so far in the bathroom. Okay, so we have a little bit of an update on the bar. The bar top has been delivered. It's made of acacia wood. And the other part, which goes down where the sink would be connected into, like a foot lower or 6 inches lower than the actual bar top. Now, the bar stools have been made, and they are made of bamboo. The actual bamboo underneath the bar top will be stained to protect and to match the color of the bar stools, but it will not be the same color as the acacia wood bar top. Now, the section that was cut out of the bar top will be about 12 inches below at the level of a sink, and that's where you would be blending drinks and making cocktails before you set them up on top of the bar. So these tiles will go in that gap between the sink level and the bar top. I do have water plumbed into the bar. Also, there is drainage for a sink that will go to a septic that's already been built. Now, the sink countertop, once that's installed, to be able to do the doors that'll slide underneath it, they'll be pretty much identical to the ones inside the kitchen, except white, I think. I'm not sure what those little concrete little wall type things are. I'm thinking it could be a brace, so I really don't want to take them out. I was thinking of making either like a little bench with a little roof over it where people could sit and chat, or make a shed for like a lawnmower, that kind of thing. Now, these piles of dirt here are from a little septic that I dug out for the shower, which had been running on the ground, and the kitchen sink that was new, because actually the kitchen used to be the bedroom. The plan at the moment is to spread that out evenly over the backyard. Now, I talked about putting a little bridge back there, a little pond, a little creek, a little waterfall kind of thing. So I'll have to take that into consideration and I also have to level everything for drainage. Now, back here, I'm going to making a fence that's going to go across from side to side so that the man cave, when it's finished off, will have its own private backyard. There will be a gate there where people can go from that backyard over to the bar, or they can go from the bar to using the restroom that's in the man cave. Now, that wall will be an 8-foot bamboo wall, same as the others, about where that yellow bag is, all the way across to the other bamboo wall. Now, here is another little septic I built. That septic I built for the kitchen and a washing machine, potentially, that could be out there. Over here where you see those orange pipes sticking out, one will be for a washing machine, and the other one will be the sink of the man cave. Now, I'm thinking about putting a bamboo wall along the back of this building, kind of where those pipes and screens are. But I'm not sure yet. It might be just too much bamboo. We'll see. Leave me a comment and let you know what you think, and maybe a suggestion if you got one. Okay, so last but not least is an update on the man cave. You can see where that wall is being plastered, getting ready for paint. On the top will be insulation and hardy back, which is like a drywall. And then along the wall there will be drywall. The countertop for the sink area will come out a little bit further. I found one for about $80 and one solid piece of granite, and then I'll reinstall a sink. This little piece will be cut out. The sink will be right about here. I'll be putting in some cabinets in here with doors and etc. And the rest of this all the way down will be drywall. That's about it. That's about all I got for you in this update. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.